What's going on in the DC metro housing market as of August 2020? Watch this short video to find out. Hi, I'm Blake Davenport with the Davenport Group. I'm a local realtor here in the DC metro area, here to share with you short and simple real estate tips. Today we're going to be talking about the housing market, how it was the previous month, and kind of outlook for the next couple of months. So I work for Long & Foster. Long & Foster produces these market minute reports where it looks at the last month of sales data in comparison to what it was a year ago. So today we're going to be talking about August 2020 in comparison to August 19. If you click the link below, we'll have a link to the Google folder, which will cover all the different market minute reports across the DMV area. So, you can look for your specific zip code. But it's going to be talking about, as I mentioned before, the past month of August in comparison to what it was in 2019. So for instance, if we're looking at Arlington County, the number of units sold in August was 293 units. That's up 15%. That makes sense. Because of COVID, everything in the spring was pushed to the summer. Typically, the summer is a slower time, so that's where last year was slower. This year is a little bit more units are selling, so that's why we're seeing the increase. In terms of active inventory, we're sitting at 396. This is actually up 39%. Again, with what I just said before, it's because the shift in the market and the busier summer that we've seen this year. The median sales price is $700,000. This is up 13%. This makes sense. Interest rates are super low, which has been pushing prices up this year. The days on market is 15. That's actually down 25%, which makes sense. Everything is selling for much higher and selling a lot quicker nowadays. The sold versus list ratio is 101.2%. This is actually up 0.9%, which makes sense. Things are selling for much higher than the sales price. So if you're looking at properties, expect to pay at least the list price or higher for majority of their properties. Lastly, the months of supply is sitting at 1.4 months. So when we're talking about months of supply, that's if no other listings came on the market, that's how quickly it would sell out. So 1.4 months, that's up 21% from last year, again, because the spring market has been pushed to the summer. That's why we're seeing a lot more listings in comparison to what we typically see at this time. So what does all this mean for buyers and sellers? Well, it's pretty much on trend of what it was last month. As I had mentioned previously, the spring market has kind of been transitioned to the summer market. So we're seeing a lot more activity than we typically do at this time of year. Because interest rates are so low right now for a 30-year fixed conventional loan, if you have excellent credit, people are getting 2.5%. But last month they were 2.625%, so it's even lower. So again, they're as low as they've ever been. So in terms of buying, it's never been lower. But because the interest rates are so low, a lot more people want to buy, which has been pushing the price up. So great time to get in for a really low monthly payment if you're a buyer. However, a lot of other people want to do that as well, so it's still extremely competitive. It's kind of remained the same from last month, where a lot of places are having between 5 and 15 offers. It just depends where you are. Still, because of COVID, sellers are accepting offers right away. So if there's something that you really want to see, you have to see it very quickly, because a lot of things, as I was mentioning, are going under contract within 24 hours. So it's definitely still a seller's market. If you have any thoughts of selling, it's definitely now is the time, from now until about mid-November. After mid-November, Thanksgiving, the holidays come up, which is definitely going to slow things down. So this is definitely the best, couple of months. And if that's too much of a rush, then you probably want to wait till January, February, when the spring market picks up. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the election. I think that's going to change the interest rates. I also think it's going to change the economy. So there's lots of what ifs, depending upon if the parties change. I know that makes a lot of different jobs, creates a lot of new jobs for this area. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But for the remaining couple of months now, it's going to remain competitive. It's still a very good time to buy if you're a buyer, because interest rates are so low. Who knows what the interest rates could be next year? They could be 3.5%, which I want to do a video on that, of kind of showing the difference of what 1% could do. It could really make the difference of a couple $100 a month or more, depending upon the loan size. So really staying the same on trend of what we've seen all year. Interest rates are super low, and so it's a good time to buy and sell. I would say probably a better time to sell, just because if you do the right things, your property is definitely going to sell. And buying, a lot of our clients are still probably taking 1 or 2 offers before they get accepted, just because of the level of competition. But we have seen or helped a number of clients get under contract very quickly by being the first one kind of there and forcing the seller to kind of make a decision. So if you're really interested in a property, it's better to act a little bit quicker. So there you have it. That's the market update as of August 2020, and we're looking back in comparison to August 2019. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment below or reach out to us via email or phone. I'd love to talk to you and talk over the market. Or if you had any thoughts of selling or buying, reach out to us and we'd be happy to help and guide you through this process. If you like this video, please click the like icon or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so you can be notified of our next video. But thanks again for checking out this market update as of August 2020. Bye-bye.